What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery. Today we'll do a video of a passion of mine. I have a passion for watches. I've actually done a video like this before a while ago. This particular watch is a Audemars Piguet watch. I've actually had this image for a while and I've been meaning to do this drawing for quite some time. I just never got to it, and I figured, no better time like now, so why not go and get into it, right? So I've always been a fan of this particular watch. I've never owned an Audemars Piguet. I cannot afford to purchase one. One day I will. But anyway, I've always enjoyed looking at Audemars Piguet watches. Aesthetically, it's appealing to me. You look at the craftsmanship that goes into this particular watch, and just watches, or even luxury watches in general. A lot of intricate craftsmanship goes into making these watches, or timepieces as they're called. And as an artist, I really appreciate the work that goes into it. These particular watches are expensive, very expensive, like in the tens of thousands. And I've seen these watches, celebrities have them, and movie stars, and billionaires and stuff. So the watch is very known. First time I ever heard about Audemars Piguet actually was it wasn't through a rap song, like sometimes you hear. I had a magazine. What was it? Esquire's Big Black Book. Folks will probably remember those magazines. I still have them. But Esquire has this magazine called Esquire Big Black Book. They have them every year for different seasons, and it pretty much goes into men's. I guess we'll call it men's luxury lifestyle, I should say. Yeah, men's luxury lifestyle, and they show a lot of cool things in there, cars and jets and all that stuff, and watches and clothes, and they give kind of little tidbits and tips and information on men's style. It's a men's styles magazine, and I remember having a magazine that I bought, and I remember flipping through it, and I saw this big image of the watch, Audemars Piguet watch. And what struck me was not the watches. Well, struck me was how it looked, because Audemars Piguet is known for that octagonal shape frame. And what really caught my attention wasn't really the frame so much; it was the actual screws. If anybody knows about the Audemars Piguet watch, the screws that go into the face, they're hexagonal. And what caught my mind was wait a minute, how do you fit a hexagonal screw in a round-ish frame? How do you do that? Every time I saw the watch, I kept looking at that part. That was the one part I kept looking at, was just the screws. Because the screws were hexagonal. Because usually when you think about screws and screwdrivers and stuff, the screws are round. But the screws were hexagonal. And not only that, the holes that the screws went into were also hexagonal. I said, wait a minute, how do they do that? How do they get a hexagonal screw inside of a hexagonal hole and screw it in? How do they do that? So I was just intrigued like you wouldn't believe. And also with the screws go in a certain way. You don't just screw them in randomly and that's it. No, the screws go in a certain way where the lines, cause it's a flathead screw, and the lines on the flathead form a circle. If those who understand what I mean, they form a circle. So it was just those little things that really caught my attention. That even to this day, when I look at, it, I mean, I seen the video. I looked at the video because once I caught that, I went online to look up footage and videos of Audemars Piguet so I can learn about it because it intrigued me. Even though I knew I couldn't afford it, I still looked up and learned about it. So I finally seen how they were able to manufacture watches and you know not just Audemars Piguet but just other timepieces. But I really wanted to look up specifically how they were able to get those hexagonal screws and screw them into a hexagonal hole, and how they were always able to get the lines in the screws in a way where, excuse me, it formed like a circle. So yeah, I was always intrigued. So it was because of that Esquire Big Black Book that put me on to it, and I still have some of those magazines that I had from years ago. But I've had this image right here stored for quite some time, and I wanted to do it, but I just never got to it. Just kept holding it off. I mainly held it off because, to be honest with you, it was such a cool image that I didn't want to do anything to mess up the drawing. Because if I would have messed it up, I'd have got real irritated and frustrated and didn't want to draw it anymore. I'm a perfectionist like that. So, the image of the actual watch looks so cool. I love the actual image that I was like, I don't want to mess this up. When I draw this, I want it to come out right the first time. I mean, no one's perfect, but that's just my mindset, my brain. That's how my thoughts go. That's just how my thoughts go. Whenever I attempt something, if I had my way, I would get it right the first time and never mess up. That's just how my mind works. Of course, I know that that's not the case. That won't happen all the time. Rarely would it happen, most of the time. But just how it goes. We always say that one day I want to own one. I want to own a watch like Audemars Piguet or Patek Philippe or Hublot. Well, I like Audemars Piguet and Patek Philippe more than Hublot. It's just like aesthetically, it's just my thing. Of course, I love Rolexes. These are watches that I've never owned before. I'm just saying that now. Just aspirational. Just aspirational. Just as someone who's dreaming that one day make his dreams come true. You know. So yeah. Do the coloring. And this shouldn't take long because it's a silver, metallic. It's not really colorful. mean, the face is blue. The face is blue, so that shouldn't take long and stuff. It's blue face with white lettering. But just I enjoy it. I enjoy watches. I have a thing about watches. I don't know. I've always had, even when I was younger. I always had a thing about watches. It's kind of like a status symbol for me. I mean, I don't want to sound like too bougie or anything, but just it's just something about it that when you see a watch, one they always say a person who has a watch um, really pays attention to time and how precious it is. I agree with that. Shoot, I agree with that. I do believe time is precious very much. I hate being late, so time is precious to me, very much precious to me. I'm a stickler for being on time, and I hate being late for things. When if I say I'm gonna be there at 6 o'clock, I want to get there early so I can meet you at exactly 6. Know the old expression: if you what's it? If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late, and if you're late, don't bother showing up. I I believe that. I truly believe that. When I go to work and someone says, "Man, you're early," I always respond, "It's better than being late." So, time to me is very precious. It's the one thing that when you lose it, you can't get it back. You can lose money, you can gain it back. You know, but once you lose time, you can't get time back. So, time is not to be played with. Not to be played with at all. I don't like having my time wasted. I don't like having my time wasted when it comes to conversations. I hate pointless conversations because the time spent on pointless conversations could have been used for something more productive, and I feel like I wasted my time. I hate that with a passion. So when it comes to things like timepieces and watches, I, it intrigues me. Plus, it looks cool. It looks fancy and cool. It's just what that is. It looks fancy and cool. I remember being in college. I had like 5 watches when I was in college. Now here's the thing. I never liked it when people did that whole wearing 2 watches on one wrist. I hate that crap. That is the stupidest thing in the world to me. Like who thought it was cool to put 2 watches on the same wrist? Like what the hell, man? That is just stupid to me. Get you one good watch. Wear that thing on either your left or your right wrist. I wear mine on my left. And people say, "Why don't you wear yours on your right wrist?" It's because I don't. I like it that way. It's comfortable for me. But I always wore my watch on my left wrist. No, really, no particular reason. It was just more comfortable for me to put it there, so I put it there. It's really, it ain't nothing deep about it. It's really that simple. I know people always say, the whole right hand, left handed thing, you know, but I put my watch on my left hand. I mean, I could put it on my right. It's no issue. I just naturally put it on my left. Even though they say whatever hand you use dominantly, you put it on the opposite. So if you're right-handed, you put on the left. If you're left-handed, you put on the right. That's what I was told. I don't know for sure, but that's what I was told. However, I am dominant left hand. and I put my watch on my left hand. I guess because I'm dominant left-handed, then that's the hand I would use more, so I was able to see the time more because that's the hand I use the most. All this stuff is just like superstition. Don't really mean anything to me. It don't mean anything. If you feel comfortable, put it on your left hand. Put it on your left. If you feel comfortable, put it on your right. Put it on your right. The point is, can you tell the time? Whatever wrist you put it on, can you still tell the time? Does the clock still work? Does it still work? If it does, then put it on there and shut up. That's how I see it. I ain't into the whole that. I mean, I understand etiquette. They have etiquette about a lot of things like that, but I never really cared enough to say, "Oh, you must put it on this hand." I don't get it. Can you tell time? Does your watch work? Did you get what you paid for? Can you tell time? You can? Good. Get out my face spot. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. I don't know who made those rules. Well, I know because most of the world's population is right-handed. A vast majority of the world's population is left-handed. So there goes that. But I never cared enough about the whole left-handed, right-handed thing to say, okay, well, I'm going to put my watch on my left hand or my right hand because, you're supposed to do it like they say. I don't give a damn about that. I put it on the hand that's most comfortable to me. And the left hand, whenever I put it on, I always put it on my left hand. I've worn it on my right hand to see if there was any difference, and how it would feel. Ain't no difference to me. It just feels the same. It's okay. So it ain't nothing deep. It's just people's personal preference, and they want to make it as law. I don't care nothing about that. Put it on your hand and go about your day. But anyway, off that rant. I'm off that rant. So yeah, Audemars Piguet. Love it. I love the style of it. I love the different models that they have when they come out with a new batch of timepieces by Audemars Piguet. Hopefully one day, or even when they see this video, they'll see this video and hear me talk about it and say, "Oh, this person really likes our product. Hey, Mr. Thomas, would you like to model our watches? We will pay you to model our watches." Now, granted, I don't have a big enough following for them to say, hey, your following will love if you were to wear this watch, and if you can endorse Audemars Piguet, Well, you know what? I'm gonna stop there. Because for all I know, they may watch this video and get in contact with me through email or something like that and say, "Hey, Mr. Thomas, we've seen your video. We like how you feel about our products. Have you ever considered modeling for Audemars Piguet?" No, I haven't. I said, "Yeah, I thought about it. Yeah, like what you want to do? You want me to model it? Yeah, I model it. Huh? You ain't saying nothing. I model it. What you want me to model? Yeah, I model it. Shoot, you pay me to model a watch? Yes, I will. Thank you very much." Yeah. Maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe one day they'll do it. Hey, man can dream. There's a lot of things that people contacted me with stuff that I never thought. I never thought anybody would ever contact me. Is see my art and say, "Hey, I like this person's artwork. We should reach out to them." I never thought I would see that. I never thought that would happen, but it's happened. So, hey, if I could dream it, it can be done. If I can dream it, it can be done. You know, what Jay-Z say, I don't have the bright watch, I have the right watch. I love that line because to me, Audemars Piguet and watches like Rolex and Patek Philippe and Hublot, those to me aren't what we call no bright watches. No bright watches like all the gaudy stuff you see. Like I mean, they have them. I mean, you can put diamonds on anything, jewelry on anything, but the real value in a watch like Audemars Piguet isn't in how flashy it is. It's really the internal workings of certain timepieces that give it its value. Plus, the sleek design. It could be very simple but very bold. That's Audemars Piguet. Audemars Piguet isn't really a flashy watch. However, when you see an Audemars Piguet watch, it is striking. The the work that goes into it, whether it be the internal workings or the exterior workings, it's not flashy. There's not a bunch of diamonds on it and all that stuff. It's not really flashy. However, the shape of the face, the hexagonal shape, is enough to stop you and say, "Wow, what kind of watch is that?" Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ma'am. I noticed your watch and it's very unique. It's unusual. It's unique. It caught my attention. What kind of watch is that? You say, "Oh, this is Audemars Piguet watch." Really? Wow, that's a very cool watch. That's a very cool watch. Where to get it from? How can one inquire about such things? Where do you get that? Where does one go to purchase that? Because that watch is speaking to me. That watch is talking to me right there. So how do you do that? And before you know it, the word gets out that this watch is something to talk about. You see, I'm talking about it here. I don't even own an Audemars Piguet watch, but I'm talking about it. I'm talking about the watch, and it garners attention. It's worthy of attention. It's worth talking about. So we talk about it. There you go. Now I forgot what kind of model watch this was. Cause when I looked at it, I had the model of the particular watch, but I lost it. I lost it. So I cannot tell you at the moment the particular model of Audemars Piguet this is. I'm pretty sure if I look it up, I could find it. I could find it. So, let's see. And I thought about doing a time lapse video of this. However, when I looked at the model of the watch again, I said, you know what? Nah, this I gotta talk about. There's certain drawings that I do that I could do a time lapse, and and I won't talk through them because most people understand it. However, when it came to this, I said, you know what? I could do a time lapse and just let people enjoy it. However, one, I haven't done a full video in a while, so I figured why not get back into that. Don't lose that because a lot of people actually enjoyed that. I thought people wouldn't because it'd be long and drawn out, but people actually enjoy my long, full length videos. I talk about these things. So I said, no, why not? Why not? Do the shadows here. But I said, you know what? Let me. I want to talk about this. You know, maybe people who watch, maybe whoever watches this video can get a sense of my passion and relate to people who watch this video. Because there are people who love craftsmanship just as much as I do. People who love watches and timepieces, just as much as I do. So maybe with me talking, through this video, I can, share that experience with people. People love to know that they're not alone in their passions, that other people feel the same way, feel as passionate about a particular subject as they do. And when you find somebody who feels that way, you bond, you create a bond like that. So, let's see, what's this? July 2017. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Audemars Piguet watch. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch you all later. Peace.